Number 5. This game right here, Chrono Trigger, is not only one of my favorite RPGs, top 5, it's in there easily. It is a game that has amazing music. And when I first got this game, I was like, alright, let's see what this game is all about, because I was all into RPGs, played like Final Fantasy 2 and stuff like that. I was like, let me check this game out. And I popped it in, heard all the like music, the festival, you start out at the festival. I'm like, what is this game about? You know, it's got a lot of time travel in it, because you know, you're the main character, Chrono, and you figure out, you know, later on you gotta save the future. And to save the future, you actually have to go back into the past and do things in the past, and that affects the future. And like certain times you run into things you can't do, so you gotta jump back in the past real quick and be like, all right, well, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and save these people. And you meet characters throughout their history, and they travel with you in time to go save the future with you. So you meet people like a princess, this crazy cave woman, she was a beast. You got the crazy scientist running over all these crazy gadgets. You got Robo, like R2D2 looking thing. My boy the frog inside. I was like, alright, he's getting this thing in. You know, of course, you know, main character and everything. But like, when you go through the game, you're sitting up here trying to solve all these puzzles. While you're doing all this amazing music is always popping up in the background, and it makes you feel like you're ready for a fight or ready for an adventure. And they have nice little mini games. But one of the music I remember the most was when my dude Magus steps up and his music kicks in, and I'm like, oh man, the music's just getting better and better. And that's one of the reasons why I could play the game, because not just was it the story, the character developed, the fighting, the little mini games that you would do was even fun. You would play those and replay those over again. Sometimes you'd be like, let me just play a mini game a couple times before I continue or something. Maggie steps on the field and you know things are about to get real. You can't hardcore, little villain at first and everything. But music went along with it. Like, oh, this guy's kind of mysterious, he's cool as anything, he looks cool, he looks like an ideal villain. And the music just blows you away each and every time. Like, you go through the game, you don't mind stuff. It's one of them games where, like, you beat it, it has a new game plus, and it rightfully should have a new game plus. Like some of these games, you get a new game plus, and you don't even want to play the game anymore. Music might be bad, controls might suck. Not this game. Everything was on point. That's why it's one of the top 5 games. Everything. Number 4. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Now this is one of those games that I happen to go to this rental store, pick up. I think it was 5-Star General. 5-Star video store back then. Now it's like a dry cleaner, but this game was a lot of fun. I played it with my friend. I'm glad I picked it up, because it's one of those games like you can even play now and still love it. There was different villains like Dracula, you know, zombies, UFOs, crazy little babies and children. You know, nothing scarier than them. Like that movie Children of Corn. These little children, they're always creepy. You can get werewolf ability. You had like water gun as your weapon, silverware plates. I think I even got a tomato. I had the Super Nintendo version, so I was able to get the flamethrower later on. Apparently, in the Sega Genesis one, you could not get that. And beyond a couple censorships here and there, the game was a little different in other areas of the world, because you know they didn't want blood or anything like that. Well, you know, it's Nintendo. But this game was a lot of fun. The music was great, as you can hear, and that's why I always will remember this, and it will be part of my top. Number 3. Ken Griffey Jr. Presents. Now this was one of those baseball games that I just could not stop playing with my friends. And we would just sit there and play every day over the summer. I get over there, I bring my other friend over, and we'll just start like naming the characters and everything. And we name like Mario, Luigi, or actual players. During the game, there was music you just couldn't forget, like the original intro. That music was amazing. That had you feeling like you was playing a baseball game, ready to hit a home run, like you was King Griffey. Bottom of the ninth, you needed a grand slam to win, and when you got it, it made you feel great. Like the characters in the game had crazy little animations, so if you get struck out at any time, you actually, sometimes your player would get mad, look at the umpire, yell, "Oh, come on," or something like that, or actually go and break his bat. When I first saw that, I was like, "Oh man, my boy broke his bat." You know he eat it when he get into the ball pit. And I was just like, changing my characters' names. None of them were fully named after, like I said. Going to get baseball cards and actually naming all the characters was one of the actual fun points in the game besides the home run derby. This game and I believe it was World Series Baseball were like my 2 favorite baseball games back then, and still are today, because I played some of the new ones and I just sit in the corner and throw a curveball at the perfect angle where you can't hit it, and if you do hit it, it just goes into the glove. And that's how I play. None of my friends would play me in a baseball game, so I don't even really like them. But the music in this game has you so hyped about everything that was going on that you just couldn't stop playing. You would read a newspaper, check your scores, and everything. But that is one of the reasons why this game is on my top 5, because the music just had you in the spot, in the zone all the time. Number 2. Goldeneye. This is one of them games that it needs no introductions, because the games back then spoke for itself. It was a lot of fun. You get there, it was one of them great party games, one of them great solo games. Not only was the gameplay amazing, it was the music. The music made you feel like you were James Bond, ready to go on this mission and take out a whole bunch of people. Because it was literally you taking out a whole bunch of people, going down, talking trash to your friends, telling them that I'm going to beat you. Like, I don't know how many times my friends was talking trash, saying he'll skunk me by taking me out. And we would always play this one board, the facility. And the reason why we played a facility was not only like the good music, but you had a lot of places to hide. And you would start out an event. If you were that person, you of course got some good weapons and stuff in the beginning. But you don't want to be like that, like after the game started. Like if you died and you started off an event, that was like the worst place to be, because somebody was waiting in the bathroom to take you out, because we were screen lookers, let's be honest. A lot of us look over at the screen, be like, where my boy at? And just take him out. But the music in this game made you feel so good about everything you did. Every board, from like the bunker to the dam to the inn, the cradle, facility. The beats in this music was used by a lot of artists out there, so you know this game was great. I just remembered one time I had a proximity mines, and my friends outlawed me from playing because I would set it up so well that if you blew up, by the time I have a chain reaction to the next spawn spot that you should be at, and you'll blow up. My friends were so angry at that. All to this music, it was so great, and I would laugh and talk so much trash. But this game is, of course, on my top 5 theme game musics, because it is that amazing. Games that came close but didn't make it. Brave Fencer Musashi. I know what y'all thinking. Why is this your #1 theme music? At the time, this game was simply because it exceeded my expectations. A lot of people bought it for the demo. It came with Final Fantasy VIII, and they realized that it was an amazing game. Like myself, I actually bootlegged the first copy. I'm not gonna lie to you. But then I went back and bought it because this was an amazing game. The thing about this game is it captivates you with like all the abilities and stuff that you can do. It makes you feel like you're in a Zelda type game, except for with a brand new twist to it that makes it amazing. There were day and night cycles. You had fatigue levels, so if you didn't sleep, you would actually get tired and it would affect your abilities. And then in this game, affecting your abilities will get you beat. It wasn't really hard, but it definitely wasn't easy, especially if you didn't get any sleep. So you can get sleep, you can go refresh at the end, get berries. All along, this amazing music will follow you, just like you hear in the back. The game had 2 swords, Fusion and Lumina. Lumina would allow you to capture scrolls and get new abilities. Fusion was more of an attack base, doing combos, which you learn from different villagers. And as you go through the boss battles, music was always amazing. It made you feel like a hero. That is one of the reasons why this is my #1 theme, because it made me feel like a hero.